Hey everybody, this is Lena. I usually don't make a video in the morning or anything like that, but we just finished our breakfast. Just about to go um, work out, and I just wanted to address some of the statements and comments that have been coming to me from the last video I did, where I reached out to this person who's constantly been after Mark and I and has never really stopped in projecting and making up stories about us, false assumptions. And I really don't know. I've asked them to come on, to talk about it and stuff here. But here's what they literally did respond to me today. And they said, "Why would I come on your show when you have blocked me? I mean, get a grip. Anyway, the beef is with both of you for taking advantage of people, especially Mark. Where is he anyway?" Um, well, for your information, I turned the camera towards the sunset because Mark was making dinner.
I was showering
and he
when
was
this started.
showering, and then he came out, and yeah, he was in his underwear, so probably not a made for TV moment at that point. But there is no, I don't understand. So just to address this person, Yippee Yaw, or whatever your real name is, um, they accuse us of taking advantage of people. And I would like to know how. I would like to know in what way. Later, they go ahead and tell me in what way they feel that I was taking advantage, that me specifically, that I was taking advantage of her. So anyway, she says, "You blocked me from Transition Radio because I will tell you Mark will not last 5 minutes with me for his conniving ways." We blocked Yippee Yaw from our channel because Yippee Yaw was spreading lies and misinformation and constantly bringing up things that in the past that only a few people, unless you're really obsessed with the Cummings, would even know. So that's why I wonder if it is part of another personality complex of that is generated from one particular person. I don't know if that's true or not, but let's just say that the person could be a devil and an angel at the same time. I don't know, but I'm kind of at a loss of who it could possibly be. Um, Sometimes the comments we get are like someone from Russia with some really broken English that knows a lot of details about our life. Then this person here who says bloody, and we all know where bloody is used across the pond. So I don't really understand. But this person says that Mark wouldn't last 5 minutes. It's like we have nothing to hide. Our lives are out there. They are on for public display. Everybody knows that you could just Google Mark and Lena Cummings and you can find a whole slew of things, just like Mars did when he Googled our name and he found all those videos and everything, and he threw them up on his little rant that he was making the other day. People have access to that. And why do you guys have access to it? Is it because you're doing some super sleuthing technique where you're finding our old videos that we archived somewhere in the bottom dark spots of the internet? No, it's because they're available for you. We have nothing to hide. And that's the thing. How can we be conniving if we're completely forthright and open with everybody? That doesn't, it's like oxymoronic and more moronic to say that. Mark likes to use the word ignoramus, and that's pretty much what this person is turning into. Funny how you put this on your show instead of Transition Radio, your main platform. This is my channel. I did it when I first started transitioning. It has nothing to do with Transition Radio. This is just Lena's personal blog space on the internet that has my personal story, my own life, my own experience and everything. And it has nothing to do with Transition Radio. This isn't like a secondary platform for transition radio. Obviously, Mark and I are married. Mark and I have transition radio and we do Real Talk with the Cummings, but this is my little channel. I don't really make any money on it. I'm not like, you know, there's nothing other than me just using this space as vlog space for sharing my life. That's it. Nothing, nothing more at all. So you two think you can say and do what you want, but then try to censor others and say you're being attacked. No, 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 no. That's not what we do. We literally want people to speak their minds, but there's a difference between speaking your mind and, you know, criticizing and defaming, discrediting, lying, manipulating facts, and just being an awful person and spreading lies and misinformation and bringing, slanderous accusation to Mark and I. That's different. And when you do that, you will get banned, you will get blocked, because nobody wants our channel to be full of all that negativity. We're trying to spread positivity, love, light, you know, raise people's expectations of themselves, give them hope, and, give them, solutions and not present problems. That's what we try to do on our channel. Now, we've done a bad job of some of the times of doing these things, but everybody makes mistakes. And it's the more important thing is to take account of where you did make a mistake and to try to make it better, and that's what we do. We apologize if we hurt people. We try to really dig deep into what caused us to say what we did at the time, and we share that information and we're truthful about it. So anyway, they go on. I tell you, Mark cannot cope with answering honest questions, and you ought to stop acting like his big bodyguard and stop blocking people who ask questions. It's totally absurd, and Mark has numerous personalities depending on who his target is and what his agenda is. See, all this is just a bunch of lies from Yippee, creating this atmosphere of negativity and hurt and pain. But you know what? Mark and I have been hit with this kind of accusation for so long that we don't really feel the barbs or the arrows being thrown. We're just deflecting it because it doesn't mean anything to us. It doesn't hold any value. Mark doesn't have numerous personalities. Mark is Mark. What you see is what you get. When you saw the church lady, that was Mark too. This is all the same person. Mark doesn't spread around his personality and come up with different accounts to haunt people with accusations like you do, Yippee. Whether you do it in a way that's kind and comforting and friendly, or whether you do it like you're doing here. So I'm not his bodyguard, but I am his wife. So his wife stands by him. That's me. I'm his wife. I stand by Mark. Mark will stand by me. Mark protects me. I protect him. That's how it works. In a marriage, you're it's like a such a union that if you hurt him, you're hurting. If you hurt your spouse, someone hurts your spouse, then you're literally hurting the person. So it's one and the same. I know you probably don't have that kind of relationship. You probably are jealous of our relationship. You kind of wish that you had that kind of love and that kind of endearment, to share with somebody other than maybe a dog. But that is how life is. We protect each other. And I won't stop saying, back off if you're going to be trying to say things about Mark. I'll tell you, and I will probably end up blocking this person too, because they obviously have no other agenda other than to cause discord, disruption, and to try to destroy, our reputation. Although people, it's like, yippee yah, you need to really get in line because other people have been trying to do this for a very long time. And, we've been demonized for saying so many things that ironically are coming true. We talked about, you know, ROGD. We talked about rapid onset gender dysphoria. We talked about how it's a thing, but it may not be the thing that people should be doing in order to transition. We talked about that, but we were demonized for it. We spoke about it, and now here we have this epidemic of young people that really, are confused and hurt and feel that they were misunderstood and that they went through all these things that they shouldn't have gone through, and they're blaming their therapists and their doctors and their surgeons and all that stuff. But anyway, going on, and what his agenda is. We don't really do transition radio in order to bring about some or to support some kind of agenda. We've never, been against detransitioners. Mars actually accused Mark of being against detransitioners, although Mark detransitioned 5 times. So it's really, again, oxymoronic for Mars to say that because it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. A person who detransitioned wouldn't be against their own, like, person that they could relate to. So anyway, these accusations are just so like baseless and absurd. I don't understand why, and Mark can come on 1,001 times and say it was trauma, it was pain, it was the breakup of our relationship, it was the this and that and the other. But or it could just be, it was my journey and I needed to take it. And I learned that I needed to, cut those things off that weren't serving me and weren't necessary for my growth, however painful it could be. And I decided that I would do that. It doesn't matter if a person opens their guts open, rips their guts open on the internet and shares their truth, right? It's an agenda. I wish people like could step back and really look at what Mark and I have done here on the internet, here on YouTube, here in social media world. We have opened ourselves up. You guys know us because we've revealed ourselves to you. There's so many of you that wouldn't have the guts to do anything like that. You just wouldn't, because you just wouldn't. You know who you are. You hide behind avatars and names and, people saying, oh, yeah, isn't it time for Mark to detransition now? Isn't it like the moment that, it's been a few months? We're not making any money. We're not getting anything from any organization, any group, or any platform that supports any agenda. Any agenda. We don't. We just don't. We're just simple people living simple lives in Arizona.
We're the ones being used or have been used.
Yeah, we're the ones that have been used. And, people can say, oh, you guys always want to paint yourself the victim. And then when people don't like what you have to say, you block them. Well, no. My channel here, I've blocked people, but it's because they've been so rude. They've been so like personally attackive of my life, of my experience, of my personal experience. And it's really, really something that I do to protect myself. So Nord says, hey, Lena, I still watch both of you guys' show. After everything that went down, I do want to apologize to both of you and Mark for getting involved in the drama that occurred earlier last year. I regret getting involved in it, and you guys both look happy and in love. So that is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Nord. So, yeah, I appreciate that. And Mark appreciates that too. and we don't hold grudges against people. And like I said, if my worst enemy was in a ditch, I would try to get him out, or her out, because that's what we do as humans. We have an empathy and a common, like, decency and respect for humanity, whether you're my worst enemy, and that goes for anybody. Mars, Yippee Yah, anybody who's ever said anything negative or hurtful towards me, I would never try to cause you any harm. Never. So, and Mark has numerous personalities of code. We discussed that. Depending on who his target is, no target, and what his agenda is, only to make money from people. Now, this is absurd. We live in a trailer, okay? We're not rich. We don't have a ludicrous amount of money. We get by month to month like most people. And we're not like, living la vida loca. We live simply. We have a budget. We don't expend our time shopping and buying the latest this and that. I mean, my computer is from when I was working, when I used to work back in 2012 and 2013. I got this computer. It's crapping out on me, but I don't have money. We don't have the budget to do anything. So no, we're not making money. I'm sorry. All of our videos lately are getting demonetized anyway. We don't make any money. So I don't know why people are using this as like some kind of accusation that we try to funnel money into people's hands, and we paint. I mean, there was this grandiose story about how I literally concocted our divorce, and it was because I wanted to, like, somehow, pre- make a story that I would be against him, and then we would come back together, and that we would have made money, him from the Christian right and me from, I don't know from where. So um they say, so do I want to go on the Lena show? No bloody thanks. And it's like, I said, you're projecting and making obscene accusations. Mark has no interest in making money, taking money from anyone. We're on YouTube and we do have a channel, okay? Just like many do. And some people do profit from providing entertainment and information. That's not ripping people off. That's having a channel. That's, some people make a living on YouTube. I mean, if you get enough subscribers, obviously there's more cash flow and whatnot, and sponsors and all that stuff. That's not ripping off or taking advantage of anyone. That's just called making a living. And if you can make a living on YouTube and you get enough followers, like some channels do, they have hundreds of thousands or millions of followers, then yeah, they're doing well. The lies that you're saying here absolutely blow my mind. Mark and I have blocked you on Transition Radio because you are toxic. Yippee, toxic. Going to Mars' channel and saying things, and then Mars ripping out our comments that we spend hours, online, and going back and forth. And we want to input, we want to have a fair shake in explaining ourselves. When I said that Mars was advocating violence to a trans woman, it's because he condoned the posting of that Twitter. Going back, we don't need your hate on our channel. What purpose does it serve? And for the record, Mark is the most honest, caring, sincere, compassionate, and loving person that I have ever known. I mean, literally ever. Your hate is not welcome here on my channel either, Yipia. I am always going to stand up and defend him whenever shitty people like you try to shame him and discredit him as a person. Yippee, you're not worth my time. You are just a comment away from being blocked here as well. I'm so willing to have a real conversation, right? A real one. But you're so incapable of ever doing that. It's been your mission to try and discredit us. maybe you and your many personalities of accounts that you show up on the internet every now and then. It's been your mission, and to even call us crazy crooks. I mean, really, seriously, we are not those kind of people. Trying to reason with you is insane. So, like I said, unless you have reasonable thoughts to share, you're not welcome on my channel either. And then I told her that I would address all this in a video. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then they write back and she's like, well, I've told you from the beginning that my issue was that you didn't apologize for getting us to help you and sign a petition and share it with our family and friends. And you were really defaming Mark's character. Okay, about that petition, Mark and I were in a tit for tat. Mark was saying things in a underhanded way about me without mentioning my name, but he knew what he was doing and the psychological warfare that was playing on my mind. And I was outright wanting to rip his channel down because I was upset at him. This was a lover's quarrel. I had a conversation with a friend that I had online who has been supporting of me and has watched Mark's videos, my videos and stuff. She's always had comments and, we used to talk on the phone and everything. And she was going to get this thing that I was doing last year to be presented to a lot of people and even to get up to the higher echelons of the LGBT movement, right? In the gay community. It was like Pride Week in New York. And, so she presented it to some people. And some people were like, you know what? I've looked at this, and what it looks like to me is this isn't about a cause. This isn't about an issue. This is a lover's spat. And I don't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole. And that's the problem that many of you have done in the past, is to touch this issue, because honestly, this was an issue between two lovers. And when you get in between two lovers and you draw sides, then those two lovers come back together. And who looks bad? It's not the two lovers. I mean, it's the people that pick sides and stuff. And, it is what it is. I wasn't like trying to do anything other than to get back at Mark. It was my revenge for him saying what he said to people, and for him doing what he was doing. I was doing what I was doing. And it was really my own way of like fighting back. I wanted to get his show off the air. I was trying to rally people because I said it was dangerous to the trans community and all that. But then when people in the community, the larger community, looked at it, they were able to take a really good look and go, you know what? This is a lover's spat. And this is not something, this isn't issues based. This isn't anything. So basically, they're upset because I didn't apologize to the few 50 people that signed my petition. And right now I want to say, to anybody who signed that petition, which I pulled down within a week or so, or 2 weeks, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I dragged you guys into this. I was upset. I was mad. And I said things about Mark's character, which I shouldn't have said. I brought about, a lot of things. I mentioned too many things from his past, and, I mean, things that I truly believed, at the time, but I was motivated not out of love, but out of anger. And I do apologize if um if you guys, that helped me to sign it and spread it and everything. If you feel like I did something wrong, and that you think that I was guilty of like some being dishonest or something, I wasn't. I was in pain, and this is my way of coping with it. And you know, you guys, I spoke so badly about Mark and the way he treated me and everything. And from a point of view where you think that someone's doing something to suppress you and to keep you from, being and doing and stuff like that, it can come across as that. And that's how I felt at the time. This day, you know, when we choose to not eat a certain way, or we choose to go work out, or we choose to not go to like go shopping a lot, and when we choose to do all these things that I would have said was restricting me and was like, you know, mistreating me and sequestering me and holding me back and the whole peanuts ordeal and all of that, it's truly because I know now more than I did before. I know now that he did that in order to protect me and to keep me from getting hurt, sick, from, all the things that I misconstrued. It was me. I made a mistake, a miscalculation. I read him wrong. And that is something that I have apologized to him about. And I made many mistakes. And I honestly did believe everything I said. I wasn't like lying to you guys. I literally felt controlled and everything at the time. But we were married, we were a couple. And he was wanting to exert his part in the marriage relationship. I mean, he's my husband. He has rights to me, as a person. We are a couple. So individuality kind of ends at a certain degree when two people come together and they get married, and we still have these discussions, I mean, it's like we have these discussions and they're helping us grow as a couple and everything. But you know we got to understand this. I got socialized as a male, he got socialized as a female. These are the things that trans people, when you do get together, you know in a relationship, you really need to look at and understand that there are certain things that you're going to struggle with. I mean, deprogramming yourself from being raised a certain way isn't easy, you know, and sometimes it's a beautiful thing to have the differences express themselves. Like, for instance, the other day, we had a problem with our water heater. Um, I know a little bit more of mechanical stuff, because I was raised and socialized that way. So I kind of took it upon myself to fix it, and that's great. Mark loves to do the domestic stuff as far as the cooking goes and stuff like that, and he's very good at that. I did delve into it and I was doing some of it, but after we got back together and back in August, he took all of those responsibilities and stuff, and he cooks and he does all of it, right? So I'm just like, it's a beautiful like combination, that we have with each other. And we know that there are certain parts of our old socialization that's going to crop up, and it's going to be a good thing. It's not bad. It's a good thing because we know, I mean, it's like Mars wants to go off on that whole psychological, craziness that we supposedly have, like this infectious, like ridiculous, like obsession with biology. Well, I know what my biology is. It's not a question. Mark knows what his biology is. It's not a question. And for him to lump us in with people with saying terms like lady dick and stuff like that is just like so absurd, or with Jessica Yaniv. I mean, please, honestly, we were fighting against people like that. We did a video back in 2015, Mars, about um, Carlota Sklodowska or something from Planet Fitness, who walked into a women's restroom, and then the woman that fought, to get her kicked out, got kicked out of Planet Fitness for whatever. And I revealed that she was like this part-time cross-dresser. I was being bludgeoned and yelled at by the trans community. It's like, oh, you're attacking your own people. And it's like, I was doing that way before, so all this stuff, it's like, it's like this psychological warfare that these people play. And basically, they said, we believed you. Not once did you say sorry to us. You got your sorry, right? I apologize. Hope so. I hope that you understand that I'm sincere in asking for your apology. Now you also done this when you attacked Global Witness and Lori Hill. It's like, where do these people, they live in the past. Lori Hill was a person that we reached out to. All of that stuff, it's in the past. We did videos and everything. Lori Hill was a person that, apparently I had like encouraged her to find Jesus again or something. And she's now a Christian because we reached out to her or something. And Gordon McWhorter, I mean, all these people that they're specifically naming, it's like, I just wonder who this person is to know all these details, that are really, rare. And just recently, Jeff Doherty. Well, Jeff was because Jeff is promoting anti-trans hate, and he's promoting, something very wrong, something very wrong. So here's my problem. You ask for support and help people give you that. Then you totally flip-flop and change your minds, which is fine, by the way. Well, that's what you get for getting yourself involved in a lover spat. And, when you do that, you pick sides and you get burned. Then you totally flip-flop, which is fine, but you do it with no explanation to the people who you helped. So you got your explanation, right? Hopefully. And the people who helped get confused and ask questions. And we honor those questions. We accept and we entertain any question that anybody wants to throw out there and stuff. And we've made videos, we've explained ourselves, we talked about traumas and Christianity and leaving religion behind. And it's not enough. It's like not enough. And the people who helped, then you say you're being attacked when in reality, people are just wondering what happened to make you turn around so fast, and we're all confused. Well, we've explained that in detail. We're not making videos of people, but people are taking our videos and making videos to, showcase us and to call us out. So who's being attackive? I think you need to kind of look at what's going on for real. This is, I do not hate you. Well, that's good. Like I said, if you were in a ditch, I'd come and get you. I would never want to harm anyone. I would never want any harm to come to you both. Well, that's good too. Thank you for that. I actually enjoy when you are on your game and talking normal. I mean, so what's normal to you? Is it when we're saying what you want to hear? Not all this, all that reading to us is rubbish. That it's just the same as Mark reading the Bible to us. Okay. So no, I am on no hate campaign. I actually find you both entertaining. And then just recently they said, that's what you get for getting involved between two lovers spat. I hope you learn your lesson. Butt out, Mark says. So it's like, what else do we have to do? There's not much else that we can do. We've been open, we've been honest, and we have been forthright in everything. And if people want to continue to say things about us and continually rip this story apart and turning into something that it's not. We're not out for anybody's money. We're not supporting an agenda. We want to support any detransitioner, any transitioner. We have our questions and stuff that of things that are happening in the gender community and in the LGBT community, but these are our opinions and this is what we have to offer. But in closing, everything that we do is to showcase that our lives are meaningful and that we have something to share with others, that we want to encourage others to live their best life, to love themselves, to literally love themselves, not to think that it's selfish to do so. It's not. It's not selfish to love yourself and to love others. You love others. Why? Because you can love yourself first. So I got some dishes to do. We got to get out and get working out and stuff. Thank you for watching. Nord, thank you for your comments. Nord says, I agree. The truth is, I think there were a lot of things that were said and lines got blurred. Truth is, I jumped to conclusions and didn't know the whole story, and that was the worst part. At the end of the day, many of the commentators who are on the bandwagon were not innocent either. Many of us got a little too over-involved in what, at the end of the day, was truly a lover's quarrel. And yeah, that's what I explained earlier. Yeah. And I'm not going to blame anybody. I'm not going to hold anybody grudges against anybody. I just wanted to make this video to clarify that I do apologize if I misled anybody to thinking any other thing. I was in pain. I was, I've lost my kids, then I lost this relationship, and it was, I was trying to find myself, and Mark was doing his thing and he was trying to find himself too. So we grew a lot last year, and it was through those dark moments in our lives that we can now, be a better couple now. As getting married again was the most incredible thing. And I'm just so grateful. And I'm just so thankful that I have this person in my life. He means everything to me. I was not able or capable of giving him my heart at all. It wasn't possible. I had too many things going on, too many things that were holding me back. And I'm still learning to give my heart to him. It's not easy because socialized as a male, I'm taught to hold things in, taught to hold things back, not to cry, not to feel, not to this, not to that. But realizing that as his wife, I can just let go. I can let him just cover me and hold me and protect me. And the beauty of our relationship is that we could be strong, we could be nurturing to each other. So I'm learning to nurture him more. He's learning to love me more even than is even possible, because he's always loved me more than I deserve. So, I really honestly, I just want to live my life in peace, to just know and be grateful for having this awesome human in my life, and just to be thankful for where I'm at. I could be in a much worse situation. Things don't end up very well for many of us in the trans community. Ends up being a very lonely, lonely road. And I am lucky to have the person that's sitting in front of me right now, who probably wants me to get done because we need to get to working out. And he's a very, very organized person.
And I gotta do some.
I know we got to do some weeding. We got to go. Yeah. So I love you, babe. You're the world to me. And I hate it when people hurt you. I don't like it.
Kiss.
Big kiss.
Shame on you people.
So anyway, you guys, I love you guys, and thanks for watching this channel. I appreciate all the supporters that I've had and people that, if you've hated me and stuff because of my flip flopping and things that I've said or done in the past, I'm sorry. I'm growing. I can say now that I'm in a better place than I was. And it has come through the dark moments that greater growth happens. So we shouldn't all shy away from the pain. It actually makes us stronger. So yeah, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for loving. And I hope that this answers all of my haters, all of our haters, and to let you guys know that we're just trying to live our best life. That's it. And we want to help as many people as we can. I do appreciate your honesty, says Nord, and sincerity in regards to everything. And I'm glad you and Mark are happy. And Mark is looking great with the beard. I hope I can grow a beard like that soon, lol. Yeah. Yep. He's always had a great beard. Somebody just commented, said he had a sexy beard. What am I supposed to say to that? Babe, do I need to chop, say something? Well, he does have a fine looking beard. All right. Well, Kim F says, you're one of the coolest couples I know. Gemma says, hey, sis, much love to you, both of you. And A. Julia H, big hearts and happies. All right. I'm going to end it here, but thank you guys. Love you guys. Bye.